Moving virtual machine. Moving virtual machine from one Hyper-V server to another Hyper-V server. Now in 2016 server, what we can do, we can move the virtual machine from one server, one Hyper-V server to other Hyper-V server, and also we can do live migration. Live migration, that means if the virtual machine is running, we don't have to shut down the virtual machine to migrate the virtual machine from one server to other server. Now, when we try to migrate or move the virtual machine from one server to other server, so we have two options. Do we want to move the virtual machine with the storage, or we just want to move the virtual machine only? If we want to move the virtual machine only, that will be moved very quickly. That will move very quickly, but it needs different things also. For example, this is our two servers here. This is one Hyper-V server and this is the other one. Now if suppose we create virtual machine in this server, in this first server, so we create machine here in this server. Now what, we can move this machine from this server to another server. Now when we are talking about moving the virtual machine, so virtual machine has two things. First, the configurations and the data. Data, that means all the virtual disk, all the checkpoint files, all the configuration files and everything. Now virtual machine itself means the processing. So processing of this virtual machine is belong to this machine, this server, because it is running on this server, and also the data is on that same server. Now when we want to move the virtual machine from one Hyper-V server to other Hyper-V server, then we have to think about like what we want to move. We want to move the virtual machine with all its data, or we just want to move the virtual machine only. Now when we move the virtual machine only, that means we want to move the processing of that virtual machine only. Now the data will remain on that place in the previous server. Now in this case the virtual machine will not work, but we have the option both, that either we just want to move the storage, or we just want to move the virtual machine only, or we can move the whole virtual machine with the data. Now if we want to move only the virtual machine, not the data, then the data must be in the shared storage. If the data is under the shared storage, which is equally accessed by both the servers, then only we can move this virtual machine only from one server to other server. In that case, what happens, data will remain in the shared place, so we don't have to move the data. Only the processing power, the processing of the virtual machine will move from one Hyper-V server to other Hyper-V server, and the responsibility for running the virtual machine will move from one server to other server, and then we can shut down this server and we can do a maintenance job on it. But if the data is stored into the local storage, then we can't move just only the virtual machine. In that case, we have to move both. We have to move both the virtual machine and the data together. So this is what moving the virtual machine only, or moving the virtual machine with the data. Now sometimes we also move only virtual machine data. Now when we move only virtual machine data, suppose we created the virtual machine, and that time there was no shared storage available. So we created the storage under the local server. So we created the virtual machine with the storage stored into the local server. Now we have the shared storage available. So we can do what? We can move the virtual machine storage to the shared storage, so that we can move the virtual machine freely from one server to other server when it is on the shared storage. So if the data is stored into the local storage, then we can move it to the shared storage. That is the one reason we move the storage only. or sometime we just want to move the storage of the virtual machine from this server to other server, other Hyper-V running server, so that we can run the virtual machine on that other server. Or sometime we can do also move the virtual machine data from one hard disk of the local server to other hard disk. That means in the same server we just want to move the storage from one hard disk to other hard disk. In that case also we move the virtual machine storage from one place to other place, either in the same location, that is in the same server, or in the remote location, either in the remote server or in the shared storage. So this is what is it need, or why we do this moving or migrating the virtual machine. Now what we need here, we have to authenticate these other servers first. That means the other server must authenticate the other server to accept the virtual machine migration. For that we have to configure in the Hyper-V setting of both the servers to enable the virtualization, the VM virtual machine migration. So we have to enable the feature of migration on both the machines. Then for authentication we have to set the configuration for it. Now because we are in the Active Directory domain, so in the Active Directory domain the authentication protocol is Kerberos. So we have the option to choose the Kerberos protocol there for the authentication. And the first option is for the other security provider. Other security provider, just like for the certification servers and other certification or other authentication protocols. But because we are under the Active Directory, so we use the Kerberos protocol. So we have to configure it to use the Kerberos protocol to do authenticate the other Hyper-V server. And one more option we have to add is to delegate the server to accept the migration. So we have to delegate the server to accept the migration from the other server. That means we have to delegate this server to accept the migration from this server, and on this server we have to delegate to accept the migration from this server. So we have to delegate the migration service authentication on these servers and this server both to accept the migration machine from one server to other server. So let's see how we'll do this. Okay, so this is our first server, server 1, and we have Hyper-V installed. So I will start the Hyper-V from here. And in the server we have one virtual machine there, which is one virtual machine is configured there and it is installed also. Now first what I will do, I will configure the virtual machine. I will configure the Hyper-V to accept the virtualization from the other servers. So we have to configure it into both the servers, in server 1 and server 2 both. So I will go to this Hyper-V virtual machine setting, and here we have this option to live migration. So we click on this. So here it is disabled, it is saying it is not selected, that means it is not enabled. So I will select it to enable it. Now when I enable it, we have two options here: incoming live migration. Incoming live migration, that means we can use any available network for live migration. So it will accept the live migration from any network we have. This option we select, suppose we have only multiple networks connected to the server and we just want to have all the network, or we can just specify the specific network for accepting the live migration. So we can use this IP address and we can add that IP address here. Now in this case, because if suppose we have multiple network available in the server and we are connected to, if you are having only one, so we can go with this, use any available network for live migration. Then in the advanced option, by default it is selected here. This for the authentication protocol, it says use the credential security support provider or use the Kerberos. So we are going to use the Kerberos because we are under the Active Directory domain. So in Active Directory domain, the Kerberos protocol is the authentication protocol by default. So we'll use this Kerberos protocol for authentication. Then for the performance option, that means how the machine is going to move. Now remember, it is going to move the live migration, live machine. That means when the machine is running, so the applications are also running. So the memory of those applications, like whatever the running status, that will also move. So how it is going to move? It is going to move like compress. So it is going to compress the memory first, and then it is going to copy onto the network using the TCP/IP connection, or you can just copy that in the TCP/IP connection without compressing it. Compressing it will make it fast. If you don't compress it, it will go directly, or even you can use the SMB protocol for migrating the virtual machine memory from one server to other server. By default, it is selected compress and move into TCP/IP connection. So I'll go with this. It is the default one, and I will press OK. Now the same setting I have to configure it on the other server, that is server 2. So this is server 2, and here also we have Hyper-V installed. So I will go to Hyper-V Manager, and under the Hyper-V Manager, this is our server 2. I will go to Hyper-V virtual machine, Hyper-V setting, and under the live migration, I will enable this by using the any available network, and also simultaneously how many machine we can move. It is saying 2. We can increase or decrease that. In the advanced feature, I will select Kerberos. Now one more thing, we have to configure the external switch also. External switch also, that is also configured here. External switch which is connected to the LAN card, connected to the network adapter, so that if the virtual machine is connected to network adapter on the other side, so it will also get the adapter here in this side. Now I will go to server 1 now, and I'll try to move the server 1 virtual machine from there to this server. So on server 1 now, this is the virtual machine we have. I will try to start the virtual machine. So I'm starting the virtual machine now. So we have this machine VM1 here, and what we are going to do, we are going to move this machine from this server 1 to server 2. This is a template machine we have, so I will move this one, and we can do it live. So I will start this machine, so we can move this machine live from this server to other server. Now this machine is running, and it will keep running, and we can move it from one server to other server. Now one more thing we have to do, we have to provide the delegation from the Active Directory. Otherwise we'll get the error. So we will go for the Active Directory server, and under the tools we open the Active Directory users and computers, and under the users and computers we'll go to computer here, where we can see the other servers. So this is server 2, and we want to move the virtual machine from server 1 to server 2. So I will select the server 2 here, and I will go to the properties of this server 2. Under the property we have the delegation option here. Now delegation option is selected here, that trust this computer for delegating to any service of Kerberos only, or we have to trust this computer for delegation to specified service. So we can select the specified service also, or we can go for the any service also. Let's say if I want to go for the migration of virtual machine, so I will select this, and I will select the use the Kerberos only, and I will go for the extend it, and I will add the server here. Remember, this is server 2, so here I am going to add server 1 as a delegation. Select server 1, and what I want to delegate, so I want to delegate this virtual machine system migration service. So I will select this and press OK. So this is what virtual machine migration system migration service I am allowing it to server 2 on server 1 on server 2. Now same thing I will do for server 1. Now server 1 is a domain controller, so you will find it under the domain controller, and this is the server 1. So I will go to the properties of this server 1. Again I will go to the delegation, trust this computer, add, and I will select the server 2 here for delegating. And what I will delegate here, so I will delegate the virtual machine system migration service. Expand it, and then I will say apply. Okay. Now we have delegated the services, so we are ready now to do the migration. Now I will go to this Hyper-V, and I will select the machine which I want to move, and I will go here and select move. Now remember, if the machine is running, then it is called live migration, and when the machine is not running, so it is actually normal migration or move. So because the machine is running, so I can say it is we are doing the live migration. So we have the option here to choose move the virtual machine or move the virtual machine storage only. Now storage only, that means storage to another location, either this server or on the shared storage. So we want to move the storage only, whether we want to move it on the same server in a different location, or we just want to move it on the shared storage. So we don't want to move the shared storage, we don't have a shared storage, so we don't move it. So we want to move the whole virtual machine here, so I will select I want to move the whole virtual machine. Then I will go for next. Now it is selecting here that it is asking here to which server you want to move. So I want to move it to server 2. So I selected the server 2 here, and then I will go next. Now it is asking here to what do you want to do with the virtual machine items. So in virtual machine items, like we have the configuration file, we have checkpoint files, and also we have the virtual disk. So what do you want to do with that? So first option says move the virtual machine data in a single location. That means in a single folder you want to just move the all files on that folder, or you just want to move the virtual machine data by selecting where to move the items. That means you will select a separate directories or separate locations for your configuration, checkpoints, and the virtual disk. Or you just want to move the virtual machine only and no storage. So you just want to move the virtual machine only, then you can select this and move the virtual machine only. But this we can do only when we are having the storage as a shared storage. If you don't have a shared storage, then it will not be successful. Your machine will move, but it will not start, because it is not able to find the data. So we can move whole machine with the data in the single place, in the single directory, or in multiple directories by selecting each directory one by one. So right now I'll go with the whole machine with the single location. Now it is asking us to select the folder where you want to move the whole machine. Now when we select this to browse, it will show you the other server directory here. This is the server 2 and this is the server 2's C drive. Now you have to select where you want to move it. Okay, so I will double click on it. Now on the C drive, it is showing all the drives of that other server, all the directories of the other server. So we can select where we want to move it. I will select this directory on that server. I want to move it here. So I will select this. Then I will go for next. And this is what we have selected. This is the summary. Now we can go for finish. And it is moving now. It will take a time depending on the data of the virtual machine. So it will take a time depending on the data and the network status. Okay, now we can see the machine is moved. We have only template here. The other machine VM1 is moved from here. Now where it goes, it goes to the server 2. And remember, it was running here, so it will also running there. It will be running there also. So let's check on the server 2 now. And we can see on the server 2, this machine is running here. So this is what the live migration we can say. It is a moving of virtual machine from one place to other, and also we can say it is the live migration. So this is called live migration and moving the machine from one server to other server. We call it live migration when we do what? Running machine. When we move the running machine from one Hyper-V server to other Hyper-V server, so it is called live migration. When we shut down it and move, then it is called normal migration.